Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is weight training and joint pain. Well, for older men especially, you'll find that if you're weight training for any length of time, you're probably going to have some joint pain from time to time, and it may even be kind of severe. And there's really the solution is to never get hurt weight training or in your personal life outside of training, but I don't know that that's necessarily going to be realistic, because once you start weight training and living your life, you're from time to time you're going to push yourself, and from time to time you're going to do stuff you shouldn't do, and from time to time the overuse will just kind of catch up with you. So that, I think, this joint pain that you might incur is kind of the main thing to watch out for, especially as an older lifter, and younger lifters too. If you're a younger man, it would be recommended that you don't go overboard with your weight training and injure yourself and then have to deal with these problems the rest of your life, like a lot of us older weight trainers do. You know, you'll notice that older men, if they've been weight training a while, they'll tend to have pretty well developed legs. Their backs will usually be pretty good. Their chest, their body, they'll look strong. But it's very difficult for an older guy who, unless he is like a tradesman who's using his hands and arms all the time, for him to have great arm development. And the reason that is because your shoulders and your wrists and your elbows and your hands get totally worn out from weight training and living your life, and you don't have the capacity to work your arms with tremendous amounts of volume. The volume on the arms, I think it appears like that's the volume gives you those great big muscular biceps and triceps and forearms that we'd all love to have. The problem is that volume just wrecks your joints, and you have to kind of back it down and be satisfied with less development than you'd like, but you're gonna have decent development. But personally, I would love to just hammer my biceps and triceps and forearms, for an hour long workout, just doing that a couple times a week. But there's no way in heck I can handle that at my age and at the injuries and the problems I have. I have to be satisfied with just minor amounts of direct arm workout, and try to maximize how much I do in a short amount of time with less frequency, less volume, less repetitions, less sets on those. And that's kind of how you can kind of keep your pain level under control, is by not overdoing the stuff and getting in. I learned this kind of the hard way a few years ago. I was trying to up the volume on my arm workouts. I didn't consider it tons of volume, but it was more than I could handle, and my arms were just dead tired. I could hardly do anything because of this dead arm feeling, and you don't want that. That just kind of makes your whole life suck, even though at the time my arms were better, more muscular, bigger, and a little more definition. That's good for the young men, and if you can maybe stumble upon a recovery method that ensures that your joints feel good and you don't get injured, well, go for it. But I have not. I have not. I have to be careful and make sure I recover. I've got to have plenty of time between workouts. I've got to keep the volume under control. And, so let's just say my legs, I think, are pretty well, I got well developed. My back and my chest and my shoulders are very strong. My arms are strong, but they're not as pumped as I would like because of those joint issues. The joint pain makes it really tough to get that kind of volume that you'd like. Like, for example, I usually would just do one heavy work set of each arm movement, and I don't really have that many arm movements. I'd love to do a bunch of different arm movements for a couple of work sets each, but like I did as a younger man, and that will give you the development you're looking for, but you just can't handle it. I find I have this reoccurring right elbow problem that I've had for 5 or 6 years, and it's finally starting to feel a little bit better, a little more. Doesn't feel quite as bad as it used to. I've done some various treatment methods on it that are having some effect, but I still feel like my elbows and my forearms and my hands I really have to be careful. And I'm an office worker. I'm not a tradesman working with my hands. You'll notice tradesmen who work with their hands and do some weight training will have incredible arm development. Most of us, though, we don't have that because we're not tradesmen. We work in an office. We work at something where we're just gentle movements during our work day. So that doesn't mean you give up on your weight training. You keep working at it. You maximize what you can do, but you have to be careful to avoid that arm volume, to avoid joint injury. All for now.